Again. Hello. Morning. I wish it wasn't here. It's 9 p.m. 9:05. Wait for a few people to connect. I still haven't got the room sorted out, a few things. Those of you who are new, who jump on, welcome. Okay, we're going to tune into the water signs. I'll wait for a few people to connect and we can get tucked into it right away. We've got videos that are going to be coming up as well. I have created a schedule so I can get the videos that I started creating up and done. And that's for work through a breakup and get back on your feet again. We're going to have On the Couch with me. And we're going to have people actually on to chat. So anyone who's previously booked a ring with me, they're going to have the opportunity to join me in Let's on YouTube. So I'll connect in with them via Skype and I'll give them a heads up ahead of time. So any of you who have booked previously, you'll get the added bonus of being able to chat live with me on YouTube with On the Couch conversations about journey. I'm also going to, each time it clocks over 1,000 on YouTube, I will be on YouTube giving people free readings an hour. So yes, there's a benefit to clicking into the channel and subscribe, as well as I'm going to start giving some giveaways, and that's because I know there are some people that can't afford a reading. I try and put specials up now and then to help those of you who can't, and there are various styles. That was noisy. What was that? How many do we have on? I'm hoping that it's okay. I've got to work out the other streaming devices so they're working correctly when I'm pre-organising an actual stream. I'll continue putting them up. Hey, Giggle. I'll continue putting them up so that you know rough time, but until I get it down packed, just be aware that delete the event that I have created until I can work out technology. So, you know, just pay attention and I'll try and give you a heads up if you're in the that I've created one over the other side, but I'll keep it up there as a schedule point. So look at it at this point in time as a schedule and get the streaming working correctly on my device. So what zodiac sign do we have up here in the water element, or are we cross-watching? Are we cross-watching the collectives? We're on a bit earlier tonight, and we have Scorpio. Cool. We do have the fire signs we're covering, and I'll see how I go. I am going to do, like, although I did race with everyone, for you guys overseas, it was your evening, I believe. I had a query for a video on the twin flame. Now, I have created an On the Couch series, which is in a thumbnail, but it will be through the live session. I've got to double check, see it's all there. But we're having conversations based on the, how do I put it? The reality of the journey and how you can work through. So it's almost like codes, you know, seeing how it works, seeing how to empower yourself. I'm trying to create videos to help us get back on track spiritually, because this is a spiritual channel. So those of you who are, welcome. We try and cover everything from the astrology, you know, where the planets are, all the way through to the zodiac sign. Psychically speaking, I generally try and do an update separately to the actual videos that I've created for the month. So you get 2, and then you have mid-month as well. But I'm creating different series to help us spiritually grow, and I will be working on chakra videos, and I'll be taking you through Australia to have a look around. Okay, so which one do we want to do first? I guess I could do Scorpio first. You guys have been quite confused, quite agitated and quite confused. Not sure what's happening, but you guys are super intuitive. So, you know, you're probably receptively feeling a lot of these energy more so than a lot of people. It may be synchronicities and signs. It can be that you feel you're reinventing yourself, but your agitation is quite high. So you really it. You know, if you're aware of what is going on planetary-wise, it's going to help you stay grounded, but it's also going to help stand that you're not crazy and that things are changing. Hi, Terry. So for Scorpions, I'm finding that, there can be an agitation going on moving into September. It's almost anticipation of something that's going to transpire. You're really guided to trust your intuition at this point, as are incredibly psychic. Now, a lot of people don't know that they have elements of the gift because you experience vibration visually seeing. Now, it develops in various stages, and I will be doing a series on how to develop your psychic gifts. And I think a lot of people have the ability to develop that, and we all do collectively. But for you guys, you're sensing things vibrationally, so it's impacting you. It can trigger points, panic attacks for some of you. There are ascension symptoms for many people who are going through an awakening spiritually. It can be anything from a flu coming on to it's just disappearing, trigger points, people around you, and high agitation. So, some of you might be frustrated at the slightest thing and not really knowing what's coming in the future. Some of you are moving towards a direction and may do a thing and wish to go in a different direction. Try and stay very flexible within that, because a lot of us are on the fence at the moment and wanting to go left and right, but knowing what the right road is. And don't be angry at yourself for having those feelings. It's incredibly natural, especially moving into the 10th of September. Now, at the 10th of September, collectively, all of us are probably the best thing I can suggest is, as I've said in the previous videos, you are a moon clearing video. So of the full moon, you can use the video I'm going to create, and it's going to help you resolve. It's also going to help you rein in new energy, and white light yourself to a point you're actually manifesting. It's a perfect time to manifest. Sometimes you're not able to do it of the full moon because of trigger points, and you may feel unsettled. It's a super powerful recharge your crystals and your gems. So if you have something you're using to clear you can put it out of a full moon. It can help actually clear the gems and the stones. Now, with Scorpio, you guys are working incredibly hard, but you do feel very tired for many of you. You're having ebbs and flows, and it really depends on how heavy your transformation is. Some of you are really, you can be getting triggered and using money, or really holding on to your money very, very tight. Now, I will again be doing videos on like this, because when we have trigger points, these trigger points directly impact our spiritual growth. Now, on the aspect of, how do I put it, extending, that can be when you're feeling unfulfilled inside or agitated. So keep check on that, if that is happening, have a self-awareness connected to that, because it can really be impacting your budget at this point. Some of you are going the complete 360 and going the opposite, and you're holding on to your cash component, or it could be excessive expenditure and you're trying to balance the finances. I'm also seeing you wanting to go in a particular direction, but you're feeling it is connected to divine timing. It's also, how do I put it? You can see what you want to feel suppressed, like you're really ready to burst out of a bubble and move in a particular direction and do something, but it may be that the cash component's not there, or something's not balanced, or the clarity's not there. So there is a pause, but it's not a permanent pause. So don't get too triggered by it, especially moving into the 10th. Now, collectively for all signs in this element, and collectively in general, the 26th can bring in some surprises. So look, it can be major turns of events. And I am seeing September being split into almost a 3-week block, maybe even further, where it moves into the next month as well. It's like each week is going to be a different subject matter, I'm saying. I feel like you're waiting for contact. Now, this can be a phone call. Now, some of you are thinking, okay, there's 2 groups of you at the moment. Some of you are very happy with the way things are, and you are, while you're transferring your energy onto particular areas, you're fine. As soon as you're getting to a point where you're focusing back on what you were attempting to manifest, you get triggered. So providing you can focus your energy to a position, or a job, or something that motivates you, you're going to keep grounded. But you're going to need to keep the balance, because I feel you're really steering your energy towards one key thing, and it's bringing you unstuck a bit where you're getting very tired. I do energy of a past over loved one around you, and they are protecting you. Some of you are feeling really energetic and very motivated, but it's just gaining that energy to keep it going. September's going to be really good for that, though. You know, we do have more planets going direct, and it is a very earth-based energy moving into September. Now, connected to your twin flame, for those of you who are twins watching, what am I saying for you guys? I feel the key to a situation is bringing something to fruition in your life. So, you know, and I'm going to start doing this in the videos as well, where we can actually, we might be able to tune into, and when it downloads, I always do a video, and people ask me why, but I do. So something, I'll always do a live stream and interact with you guys. But what I am going to start doing is having a look at perhaps how the reading's going. You can directly direct your energy into it to get the best out of it. So if I can see synchronicity or a pattern coming through, I'm going to give you guys a heads up, and that's going to help you move on journey into union. Now, with your twin flame, I'm feeling key to a connection is changing your free point where you're feeling grounded and you've got a completed task done. And you guys know what that task is. It's almost like the waiting comes down to the workload is too high at the moment, and you need to get it balanced. It is a blessing. It doesn't look like it at the moment, but it is a blessing. There's something needing to get off the ground and balanced out. And I feel it's when you shift your energy and you're getting that rest period. I do also see another coming in, and you might have a left or right decision to make. It can be you're already in connection. It's however it goes. I'll leave that there, but do look at your actual video in the folder for September for your actual zodiac sign. That's the downloads of what I'm getting for this, an updated format. Just be careful with certain people around you, Scorpio, because, you know, they can irritate you a bit, all right? Which one do we want to go next? Cancer or Pisces, guys? Cancer, first one in. Cancer. Hi, Hardly. How are you, love? You never know, I might have you on the fielders soon. Okay, what am I saying for Cancer? So, are we Cancerians or are we cross-watching? You good? Hardly's got her life together. She's very grounded. She's very driven. Okay, Cancer. I feel very nervous energy in your stomach. Okay. Be careful what you're eating. Be careful what you're eating and consuming. Now, this can be a message for certain people. It doesn't have to be the whole collective. Remember, there's thousands of people, thousands of energies. For some of you, I'm feeling you need to be careful eating. Don't eat too late and go to bed, because the stomach actually feels like it might be causing you ailments. It can be an ulcer, it can be through stress, or stress, drinking, but I'm stress rather, where it's almost like reflux. Be really careful. Try and, how do I put it? You need to de-stress your life somehow. Now, it can be getting a balance back and removing yourself from people that are hurting you at an emotional level. It also can be changing the diet to a point where it's actually balancing it out. I'm being shown that, you know, anything from neck aches, backache is directly connecting this area, and I'm feeling base chakra. So it's something connected to your base chakra. It might be that your spine's bent, and it can be causing issues with your stomach or digestive related situations. A doctor, and if you need to go get it checked, get it checked. It's like you're wanting to do something, a bit nervous about applying yourself to it. Yeah, many of you are already moving in a particular direction, but others of you are like, I need motion, I need certainty. And I'm feeling if you just meditate and you get to a point where you move into September, I'm feeling you guys are going to have more clarity. It is a very earthy energy. Very much when you look at it, we have been in retrograde the whole year. So moving into September, it is going to be a very different energy. There can be some frustration because when our frequency picks up and we're wanting to move forward, uh, we're tired, so we're recouping, but it's still the shadow period. So we're going to really want to pivot forward with our plans and our, finance, getting grounded. But heart related subjects, you're really assessing at the moment. So just bear that in mind, especially if you're not aware that the astrology is really impacting everyone. You're going to really take it personally. You're going to feel like universe is against you. Emotionally speaking, I see you guys going over old ground emotionally. And it can be in intervals. It doesn't have to be all the time, but it can be something you're anticipating doing and a road that you're ready to go to. You're processing over things, but it's long pride in a sense of its old energy. And sometimes you're thinking to yourself, why is this coming up? Why does this pop up all of a sudden? It is due to the retrogrades, on top of the fact that you're ready to release these things. Even if they're coming up again and well and truly you've dealt with it, it's like, I just keep hearing it's the last purge. It's the last kind of time it's really cropping up. The heavier it is, the more it's going to be released. So trust that process, that if that's what's happening, it's there for a reason. What you're not seeing is while you're in that trigger point, I feel some of you are going to go into hermit mode temporarily, but it's more to open you to a particular area. So it might be you're focused very heavily on work. Some of you are looking at a position and it just doesn't directly relate to you. So if those of you have started something new and you're a Cancerian, I am seeing it's going to bode well, providing you keep grounded. Yeah, twin related, energetically related, yes, you're receiving other energies. But it can be if they're tuning into you, you're receiving something, you're actually tapping into their memory source. That can be one, but the more you're an empath and the more you're tuned into yourself, you tend to be able to tune into people. Now, when it comes to twin, you're very nervous. Don't quite know how they're looking at things. Both of you, I feel, clarity in life. Both of you are trying to get grounded in your life, and both of you are very much healing past tensions. Many of you have healed certain areas, and it's like you're waiting for the door to open, so to speak. I do feel there's external conflict, though. It's like you feel that you don't want to rock the boat. And when I say you don't want to see the real. So it's like you don't want to put one foot in the door if the door's not open. It's like you've really become very rational when it comes to making these decisions, but something's really drawing you to do something, and it feels like it's a very unnatural behavior. Does that, guys? It's like you want to do something and you're like, no, I can't, but it feels like you're wanting to. I do feel some frustration, and it can be you're being very blunt with certain people. Waiting. I'm seeing some of you connecting with a friend or with somebody that you relate to very heavily. This is an old friend that you haven't seen in a very long time. Some of you, it might be someone who's overseas, but it feels like when you connect with this person, like it feels home, and it's almost like you're waiting for that moment to actually reconnect with them so you can touch base and just clear the air. Clear the air is more for you to get some clarity, because you just, how do I put it? You feel that this person understands you. It can be like, it feels like they feel like family. They understand you. So when you speak to them, you feel it's an unlock, and it gives you clarity, and it's going to help you move forward. So your intuition connected to that, and I feel you're waiting for that moment. It's also what you talk to them about is going to be very private. It's very private to a matter of life and heart and past. So it can be family related dynamics. I am seeing you discussing finances. feel with some of you, you are going to swap positions. You're ready to make a bold plan, and this is for your fixers. Although it's not to say what you're currently working on right now is providing you with that. It more feels you want new. It's like you're a snake shedding skin. It's like I'm making a list, and in this list, it's like you know exactly what you need to do. You're quietly keeping this under wraps. Some people may know, but you know most, and you keep it very close to your chest. So I'm seeing you almost in your mind. You've got a very photographic mind. You'll keep pointing down what you're wanting to do, and you're trying to process the situation. Some of you, I see movement of home. If that hasn't already happened, it's losing it. But some of you feel you need to stay where you are till this situation moves. Does that make sense? Pisces. Okay. Pisces, what am I feeling for you guys? I got to do Pisces first. Anyone here that's Pisces? What am I feeling for Pisces? You guys need to pay attention to health. Now, I feel you guys have been busy to a degree, and you're looking at something and you're thinking, I know I need to press that. Some of you are going to have some test results done, which is pretty normal. But you're wanting to get balance. Okay, I'm hearing cholesterol. What? Again, it's like you're getting blood works done, I can say. It's like you're getting blood works done. It can be an appointment that's overdue. You've just been so busy you haven't actually had time to get it done. It doesn't feel it's anything. It's just like, you know, you need to get it done. It's checked, and it's like a due date. I'm seeing a due date and some work, and it's like, fuck, I haven't got it done. I do feel that you guys have almost like got your asses hanging out. It's like you're really trying to get things done. You're also very structured with what you're wanting to do. Vibrationally, you're sensing something's changing again. This must be for the water signs. You're intuitively sensing something is changing. And again, for some of you, you haven't heard of a person for a while, and you're a bit worried about them. And I don't feel this is someone totally different. It's like, yeah, I must call them. It's like, follow your intuition. If it's up in your mind and you're like, oh, that's random. I mean, I had something today, and my dad's unwell, and he had this song he listened to years ago. He bought a car, and it was the House of the Rising Sun. And I heard this. I was thinking evening. I went to bed, woke up, and I thought about him in the morning. I was like, okay, getting signs for the universe. I'm getting a download. And then I heard the song, and I was like, oh. And went for a walk, and then this man, and I mean, my dad. How do I put it? He's a very unique looking man. And I disrespectfully, like, he has a particular look. I'm walking and this man walks past, and I was like, oh shit, okay, yes. So I went to visit my father, and he thought it was very funny because he was behaved at me, and he did want to say I'm always busy. So with you guys, I've a download about something, but you're actually not aware that it's a download. So pay attention to that. Sometimes when we do actually think of people, they're directly experimenting. And especially if you haven't talked to them in a very long time, follow your intuition, especially if you're getting other synchronicities. Because I feel this is a person, yet my ear's ringing, so that's confirmation. I feel this person actually does want to talk to you. And there's something they need to tell you about what has happened, and they're going to be really strange because it's like you've gone through a common thing, yet you haven't seen each other in so long. Money. You see the bigger picture, so I feel you're trying to be cautious with it. very balanced. And again, earth-based energy moving into September, it's really going to help you do that. Some of you are doing paperwork. I'm seeing a lot of paperwork in front of you, looking into it and fine-tuning it. Otherwise, it is bills coming in. So be mindful of that and be prepared, because I can see you actually going through some aspect of paper, looking for something. Try and keep your receipts, especially if you're directly dealing with a business, because I'm feeling one item you might have to take back. And I mean, especially since the retrograde, you know, technology for me was affected early on in the piece. It more became a bit more affected towards the end. We are in a shadow period for a few weeks, I believe. Now, again, for you, I'm seeing a big plan. And I'm saying you got your eye on the, see a date, a relevant date around a time that something's happened. Now, with this date, I'm seeing some of you are going to a conference. That's not all. It feels you're going to a location. It may be a seminar. You're meeting people at this location. Now, those out and about, it might be that you stumble across a person who is actually important to your progress and your process and finance. So it might even be an interview, and they end up, you know, you have to go through several interviews, something to that degree. But I feel there's an important person who you're going to meet, and you actually miss them. It's funny you say that. We were having conversations about that tonight. Told you this On the Couch series is going to be good. Okay. Twin. What am I picking up for your twins, Pisces? I feel your intuition's telling you you're a bit concerned about them. Trust your intuition. If you feel, now, you've got to come from a place, not expectation. Now, to tune into your twin, to know if it's the correct time, you'll have a sixth that something is off. And it'll be, regardless of what's transpired, it will be an urgent feeling. That's very much, you know, fully connected to that. Yes, it was quite triggered, yeah. It's because we're moving into September. Now, the shadow period has caused great agitation. And as I said, go watch the Leo King as well. He has great information about it. The trigger points is, it's almost like we're that panicked in our ego that we're almost sabotaging ourselves unnecessarily right before the door is before us. And that's in any shape or form. So even with your twin, finance, family, be careful. You know, try and keep grounded. Try and not take things personally. If you're really triggered, don't look at particulars. So that you're not getting that trigger point, because you're gonna the way the frequency of the energy is it's almost like we actually do over, and we're like, oh God, why'd I do that for? So, you know, try not take that personal. You may be getting downloads and vibrations of twin. One moment you're mad as hell, the next minute you're like, oh, do you know what I mean? So that's moving as we move completely into. And again, this month has been heart chakra related. So it's almost like we felt Venus in retrograde, like we were wanting to get things off the ground. We were trying to get life moving forward, but we were just pushing and pushing and getting very tired. So it's almost like, especially in my life, I have massive plans for YouTube, you know, to bring different style video that is going to help us spiritually grow, as well as cover the twin flame journey. Soulmate videos I am looking at starting to do, especially for the feel spiritually, you know, okay, what happens if I end up in a soulmate connection? And you know, there might be energies that come through to give you a bit more advice there. So I'm looking at that. Now, with your twin flame, I'm feeling like you're really wanting clarity. You're really wanting movement. And I may need to do videos for those of you who are connected to your twin right now. So if you guys are wanting that, put a message at the bottom so I can get a heads up. I had a download today and it's like, I'm hearing more people actually going into reunion. Now, don't really get your knickers in a twist about is it union or reunion. If you can, it's reunion. You can merge to union. Just be mindful that you've got to keep yourself grounded during that process and use all the tools that you've had, process. But I feel like you are aware something is moving and you're preparing yourself for it. I do see a conversation coming up though for many of you. Now, it doesn't have to be directly with your twin, but I do feel a conversation connected to the twin theme. This can be in the shape of a reading or your friend who I'm tuning into, your physical twin. But I feel there's a conversation and it's in relation to subject matter. You're also going to hear word of mouth about what they're doing, either through the grapevine, social media, however you put it. I feel there's a download or there's an act. Something has changed in their life. Those of you who had your twin in a karmic situation, I like tuning into karmic because I think, quite frankly, it gives them too much energy. Look at it as they're at school, okay? Feeling like something in that situation has directly changed. Questions? Yeah, well, that's going to do videos for soulmates. That's so those of you who perhaps get triggered in the twin flame video, I'll try and create folders because look, your twins, regardless, if you're a twin, you're a twin, so you're still going to need that spiritual growth. So I might be able to do, a folder that is for twins that are choosing to perhaps be in a soulmate connection or just focus on self and how to do the self-empowering and, then you don't have to watch it. Fair enough? Yes, love is good. I think it's necessary. Look, it's necessary whether you be in a soulmate relationship, a twin flame, and especially if you're choosing to be on your own to do the work, it's very healthy. You're actually going to attract a person who's like-minded, but it won't matter. You say that you're going to attract a high-frequency twin. If you've done the work, you'll handle whoever is in your frequency because you're creating healthy boundaries. You're grounded within yourself to you have the tools to be able to to discern between, hey, you're actually stepping the mark. That offends me. It's almost like a lot of us are having, look, the death of ego moving through where we're newborns. That's really what it's feeling like. Our energy has changed because we've had a massive purge. So stepping into it, it's like into innocence, so to speak, spiritually, not 3D. Yeah, we've got purge, but we're not supposed to be perfect. Returning to a point where and hopefully, masculines, I'm getting a lot more masculines booking readings now as well, and I'm having the transformation. It's beautiful. To get to a point where we're at peace with that, that's really the key to it. In order to have a happy life, if we feel happy within, we're able to give something. But, this is why I say when you're karmics, you've got to realize that if you can be happy on your own, it's a bit like a person who goes to rehab, right? Suggest that they have a plant, that if they can physically look after the plant, that they're ready for a spiritual connection, a relationship. If you're it's the same way as if you can look after yourself and look after a plant, you're ready for a relationship. You know what I mean? Because you're able to balance the two. So it's a metaphor more than anything. It's if you can balance your life, then you're able to balance a relationship. And so a lot of times when we look at it being, it's because we're expecting somebody to be a protector, which is okay. We can have that need. But know that if that wasn't there, you would survive and be okay. That's great. You know what I mean? So having those tools, which is what I'm going to try on the YouTube channel, will then help us with that process. So whoever we have in our life, it's going to be, we'll have the tools to be able to say, we can actually sense something. I'm really sorry, this isn't working for me. Yeah. Get back to your core, knowing that, look, if a person's moving furniture house all the time, psychologically speaking, it's actually a sign you're not happy with your current environment. So, we can look at psychology of our life. We can look at the fact if we're feeling agitated and we're letting somebody speak to us in a certain way, it's got nothing to do with twin. It's got to do with us because what we allow is what we believe we're worth. So it's not we're coming in like, an angry human being. It's more we're just being very truthful to our own personal, very healthy. You know, what do you want to eat tonight? Going to a restaurant with a person, for instance, and they're saying, I'm ordering for you. And you're thinking, hey, I want sushi. And they want a steak. And that's cool. But you want sushi. You don't say anything, which is you not owning your power. And then you're sitting there eating something you want. So, you know, creating healthy boundaries, speaking your truth, not being dominant, just being realistic and rational. Not getting triggered to a point where you're, you know, putting yourself on hold every time you've got this beautiful career and suddenly this relates along and you forget about it, and then life is toppling down because you have nothing as a backup plan. Now, it's backup plan is poor wording. Backup plan is not trusting. Again, that is a very that you as well not jump in at all. So when your twin returns, which I will return, you've got it to a point where you know if they needed to go, that you're going to be okay. And that's the release. And it's not to say they're going to, but healthy to have that there so that when you are in action, you're stable enough to withstand a connection. That's not being codependent. Do you get what I'm saying? So if we've got and we're hugely passionate about it, we're cool. We have a passion, but we also need to balance it enough that we are giving a relationship enough time of our life as well. If we're only focused on that and we don't have time for a relationship, we're not nurturing love. Any questions for the water signs before I jump on and do the fire signs? Any questions? If you're wanting to make a booking, the link will be on the other video. I don't know if it's on here yet. I'm pretty sure thumbnails. And those of you who do book readings, you will be able to, in the future, to join me live when I do the live session. So it doesn't have to be twin flame videos. There may be a subject matter you want, and you know, we can tune into it and you might have questions about it and we can go, like, be the subject of ego or blocks or reunion, whatever it be. It might be manifesting cash components. If you guys want to part of the live sessions where we have on the couch with Yildiz readings, book a reading and you'll be able to actually have an opportunity to join. It can be that you want to talk about a subject matter and you have experience in that area. It might be Reiki, kinesiology. So, yes, fire signs are next. I'll go to this video. I'll save this separately and then I'll put the other one up and it'll be fire signs. So we'll be doing Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Jump in it, Bella. I have a girlfriend that's studying to do that at the moment, and I've already said to her I'll be happy to interview her, talk about it. I'll be doing videos for vegetarian food at some point. Yes, I'll keep them separate so you can bombard it. And if you want me to pre-record them and upload them and then open them, tell me. But if you have a subject matter you want me to cover, obviously this is readings. From a health and spiritual point of view, that's what the channel's going to be about. So yeah, there'll be chakra videos, which I'm going to be working on hopefully this week. Go plug. Cool. No drama. Okay. I'll quickly have a check of that. Career-wise, for what, love? What zodiac sign? Or for you personally? I'm seeing for you travel connected to career. It's either you're currently doing something and I'm feeling nighttime and I see you on a train or a bus. See if it's in person. What? Elaborate, please. Big word for this time of the night. Cancer. Oh, okay. I can see you on a train in the evening now. It's going to upskill, but I'm seeing a train and it looks like it's like it's above ground. Strange. Now, this might be location, but I'm sort of seeing it like there's a road directly underneath and there's a train, and you're going to a location at home. Are you currently working? Because it feels holistic. It felt like going to a hospital. That's what it felt like. Shift or something. So whatever you're going to be doing, I'm actually feeling it might entail going to an actual working at a centre, but it's going to be of the evening. I'm feeling, how do I put it? You're wanting to do healing work. Well, I feel that you're going to be doing it's going to be happening at night time. That's what I'm being shown. It's either you're going to be doing a course at night time, or once you do that, you may be part-time job and studying at the same time. But I'm feeling the position that you're going to get through it might be through work experience or doing it, how do I put it? It's not going to happen right away though. So I feel you're going to have a few weeks, right? I do feel you'll be looking into it, but I do feel at a point in time, part-time job to get you from A to B. But in the future, I actually see you traveling. So it's actually going to bode quite well because you can take it with you. Cool. Forgive yourself, Ascension Essentials. It's okay. We've just got to remember that, look, when you move forward, unfortunately, when you're purging, we always ask, but we do need to let it go because we're not that person anymore. But it's hard, especially when lots of water has been under the bridge. Maybe message them if you can and just say, look, I apologise, or however you deal with it the way you feel, Dale. You can, yeah. Don't stress. Well, I am seeing overseas for Cancerians. It feels more travel. I haven't talked to my twin for 7 months. Stress. The trigger points are hard at the moment, so you are going to feel a bit strange. But moving into September, it is a masculine energy. It's very earth-based energy. You might have clarity by mid-September. So try and trust in the process. Just look at the temporary holiday. Don't panic. Generally speaking, when you tune out of your twin and you release, 9 times out of 10 you gain communication. And I don't know why. It's just the way it goes. It's like you're like, how are you coming back? Okay. It's not like you intend to be like that. It's just the way it goes. Okay, I shall tune out and I will be back. If I can turn it off.